All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, it is the first of the month. For those who might be new to the channel, on the 1st and the 15th of every single month, we do a market watch video. And so we will be doing that today, but we got some other stuff to go over as well. So let's go ahead and get straight into this, guys. Let me lay out the video for you real quick. First things first, we're going to be checking out EB02 and talk about the release date of that. So a quick little announcement on that. Afterwards, we're going to head over to some spoilers. We got a lot of spoilers to talk about, guys. A lot of spoilers to talk about. And then we're going to head over to TCG Player, knock out the Market Watch. And then we'll probably, at the end of that, we'll go over to Limitless TCG and see how much decks are costing in their entirety. Okay, for the newer players who are trying to get into the game, just to kind of see how much it's going to cost to get into this game for the new players. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'll have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links or anything like that that might apply in the comment section below. And then if you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link is in the channel description. Now, let's do this, guys. Let's hop straight into it. We got so much to go over. First things first, we have to talk about EB02. It will be releasing on May 9th, 2025. Let me move my camera out of the way real quick. Notice the bottom right corner under my camera down here, guys. That's right. I'm recording this video and putting it out on May 1st, okay? So literally in about 1 week, okay, tomorrow, in 8 days, we will have EB02 over in the West. Okay, this is coming out very, very soon, guys. Be prepared for that. It will probably shake up the meta a little bit, but I'll talk more about that in a future video. But this is coming out in on May 9th in the West. And check out these awesome new cards that are going to be coming out with it. Let me move my camera back down. There we go. Excuse me. A lot of awesome new alt arts coming out in this set and some really powerful cards. This new leader, the green-purple Luffy leader, this 6-cost secret rush Luffy. A lot of cool stuff coming out very soon here. Keep your eye on that, okay? So that's the first thing we had to talk about. Now, spoiler warning right up front here. If you don't want to see any spoilers, you have been warned. We're going to be talking about and checking out some OP12 spoilers. Now, let me say this real quick. Today will kind of be more of a tease. I'm not going to do a deep dive into these spoilers just yet. That will probably be for tomorrow's video, just because we have so much to talk about in today's video. I'm going to do a quick overview of some of the new cards coming out in OP12 for today. But in tomorrow's video, I'm going to be doing probably an entire video dedicated to some of these new cards. Okay, so first up, let's at least talk about these leader alt arts. Check these out, guys. For those who are not aware, we got 6 new leaders coming out in OP12, which is very standard for a standard set. We have blue-purple Sanji, we have purple-yellow Rosinante, and we have black-yellow Koala. Okay, these look really nice, really cool-looking stuff here. I'm not going to comment too much on these. They're not really my favorite style. Let me tell you that right now. These style leaders are not my favorite. I'm actually a big fan of like the close-up on the the face portrait. I think those are awesome. I'm a big fan of those. But I'm not a huge fan of these style ones, but they still look very good. Let me say that right up front. There's a little bit going on here with Nico Robin's eyes. Hopefully, after saying this, you might not be able to unsee it. But sometimes what happens when you're trying to capture the 3/4 profile, like instead of having like the profile view, the straight on view here, and then like the 3/4 view, there's something that happens there. Like notice how this eye, it looks kind of crossed because of the angle. I can't unsee that, unfortunately. It is what it is. The piece still looks great though, don't get me wrong. The piece looks great. Really, like out of all 3 of these, I think my favorite one is the Rosinante. It looks the cleanest to me personally. Then we also have the other 3 leaders here. Silver's Rayleigh, we have Silver's Rayleigh, Zoro, and Kuzan. The Luffy looks really good to me in the background here. I actually like the Luffy better than the Rayleigh, and I like the Mihawk better than the Zoro here, the way that it's set up. These look really good, though, altogether. But I guess I'm a little bit picky, right? I mean, excuse me, we used to do art critiques here on the channel, guys. I haven't done one in some time, but hear me out. I really like these. I think they look really good. But I'm actually a bigger fan of where it's just the close-up on the face. I don't know. Maybe I just like the simplicity of it. I'm not sure. Whatever the case is, they all look really cool. Can't wait to see these in person. Okay, so those are the alt arts that are coming out. Now we have to talk about some actual cards here. Some new spoilers. we have a brand new secret rare. We have 2 secret rares we're going to be going over today. First up is Kuma, okay? Kuma is a 6-cost, 7,000 power, 1k counter, Revo Army 7 Warlords character. With on play, we have 2 very relevant effects here. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand and add the top card of your deck to your life pile. Then this character gains +2 cost until your opponent's next end phase. So that's going to really help out with Black Yellow Koala. Now again, and then we have one more effect. We have a second effect here. On your opponent's turn, when on KO, add the top card of your deck to your life pile. So this card is going to be able to gain 2 life. Again, guys, I'm not going to do a deep dive into this in today's video. I'm in somewhat of a time crunch, and I have to go straight to the market watch after this. But just know, I think this card is absolutely incredible, and I'll be covering this more in tomorrow's video. Okay? Now, then there's Jewelry Bonnie. Jewelry Bonnie is a green, secret, 5-cost, 6,000 power special attribute character. Supernova, Bonnie Pirates counter 1,000. Blocker, and on play, if you have 8 or more rested cards, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand, then set 1 of your Dawn as active. This is also another very, very strong secret rare. I think this is going to go very nicely in green-yellow Trafalgar Law. I can't wait to mess around with that in there. We'll see what happens, though. You do have to have 8 rested cards or more. 8 or more rested cards. So that can be your leader. It can be a stage if you have one. It could be a, your characters. It can be Dawn, of course. So there's going to be a lot of ways to put that into play and, hopefully figure something out from there. This card might actually be very solid in green-purple limb. But again, we'll talk about this more in tomorrow's video. Let me just say this. I'm a big fan of both of these secret rares. I think they're going to be really, really solid. Okay? All right, so next up we have Robin. I'm just going to kind of blast through these guys so you can at least see them and talk about them in the comments section below. Nika Robin, 6-cost, 7,000 power character, Straw Hat Crew type. If your leader is Koala or Monkey D. Luffy, this character gains blocker and +3 cost. That's a 6-cost 9k, or excuse me, a 6-cost 9-cost 7,000 power blocker in the right deck. And then on play, trash a card from your hand, and if your opponent has 5 or more cards, your opponent must trash 2 cards from their hand. Really powerful effect here. Okay, next up we have Vinsmoke Reiju, 4-cost, 5,000 power, Vinsmoke, Germa 66 with a 1k counter. Excuse me. This has blocker, and if your trash contains 4 or more events, this character gains +2,000 power and +5 cost. Ends up being a 9-cost, a 4-cost, 9-cost, 7,000 power blocker. Excuse me, and this, excuse me, guys, and this does have a counter. Really, really solid stuff here. Okay, again, guys, I'm going through these really quickly just because I'm on a time crunch. We'll be diving deep into these cards tomorrow, okay? Next up, Monkey D. Garp, 8-cost, 8,000 power, Navy character, on play, trash 1 card from your hand, play from your hand up to 1 blue Navy-type character with a power of 8,000 or less other than Garp. Well, that would have been crazy, right? Just chaining Garps right down the board, that would have been crazy. Really good stuff here, though, for the new Kuzan leader. Trashing a card, drawing a card with that effect, and you're playing out an 8-cost character. Really good stuff here. Big fan of that card. Next up, we have Monkey D. Luffy. I have to say, the one I'm most disappointed in. Sorry, guys, to do a quick little spoiler there. A spoiler within a spoiler. Luffy is a red 4-cost, 4,000 power character with Straw Hat and Supernova. It has 1k counter, and it has, if you have 2 or more attached Dawn cards, this character gains +2,000 power. I don't know if that translation is kind of off or what, but it says if you have 2 or more attached Dawn cards. Are they saying to this character or just in general on the field? I'm not sure, to be honest, guys. We'll have to wait on the full translation for that. But either way, it's not really great. If you have 2 attached Dawn cards somewhere, okay, +2,000 power. I'm not exactly impressed by that. And then on play, you may reveal 2 event cards from your hand and play up to 1 red character with a power of 3,000 or less from your hand, and then give up to 1 of your leaders or characters 1 rested Dawn. So I guess that's nice. The on-play effect does attach 1 Dawn to a leader or character, so there you go. That's already starting to satisfy that first part of the effect. Maybe it ends up being a very easy 4-cost 6k with a 1k counter, like vanilla style card that can also fill out the board, but you're revealing 2 cards, so this, you're revealing 2 event cards, so this is clearly meant for Rayleigh, But again, let me take some time to dive into this card in tomorrow's video because I have a lot to say about this. I'm not happy with the way this card turned out. I think it's going to be great in Zoro. I think it's going to be great in even something like ST21 Luffy. But I'm not a big fan of this in Rayleigh. We'll have to see what more support comes out, and we'll talk about this more later. Okay, next up, now this card is incredible as well. You know, from talk about some of the other cards before, I really like the secret rares we saw. I like the Garp, and I really like this card. The Nico Robin's not bad either, though. So this Dracula Mihawk, this is a green 8 cost 8,000 power blocker with on play, set up to 4 of your Dawn is active. Then you may not play a character with an original cost of 7 or more for the rest of the turn. Who cares? Playing out this card, an 8 cost, 8,000 power blocker, you're playing it out for 8, but you're getting 4 of the Dawn back immediately, and you can do stuff from there. So like on a 9 Dawn play, for example, you can play this out for 8, you get 4 Dawn back, you still have 5 Dawn, play out a Cavendish, you get 2 Dawn back, and you can just go from there. So really, this card has a lot of potential. Big fan of this card. Okay, then we went over the alt-arts. We have a Koala Searcher here. Then we have a 4 cost event for the 7 Warlords Revo Army stuff in the black color pool. So main KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or lower. And if you control an 8 cost character, you may instead KO up to one of your opponent's characters that costs 6 or less. Okay. Trigger, draw a card, and trash the top card of your deck. I'm a big fan of these triggers here. I never thought of, I think the first time we ever saw a trigger like this was actually in Blue Nami with Usopp's Rubber Band of Doom. I believe it's draw a card and trash a card. I could be off on that. I can't remember exactly, but I'm a big fan of a trigger like this within black. I think this is a really good trigger here, and the effect is not too bad. Then we have an Emporio Ivankov here, 3 cost blocker. This is a 3 cost 4,000 power 1k counter blocker with on play. If your leader's Revo Army, trash 3 cards and put the top 3 cards of your deck in your trash. Love to see that. And then we also have Waxing Fist here. Let me see one more thing. No, okay, never mind. I was thinking something else. Then we have Waxing Fist. This is a 1 cost Impel Down Revo Army card with a counter up to one of your leader or character cards gains plus 2,000 power during this battle. Then if you have an 8 cost or higher character in play, Then if you have an 8 or higher cost character with the type Revo Army, that character gains an additional plus 2,000 power. So this is like a 1 cost 4K in Revo Army decks. Pretty good stuff there. Trigger, draw 1, trash the top card of your deck. Love to see that. And then we got one more card to go over. We have Captain's Assemble. It's like News Team Assemble from Anchorman, right? We have a 1 cost black event here, Revo Army. Main, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and reveal up to 1 Revo Army type card other than Captain's Assemble and add it to your hand, then trash the rest. And then the trigger also does the activate main. And let me say one thing about this searcher for the Koala. It's not a top 5 searcher, it's a top 3 searcher. Sorry, my bad if I said top 5. This is a top 3 searcher for Revo Army, and you trash the remaining cards just like the event just did. Really good stuff there, and it's right on theme for black. A lot of good stuff here. Like I said, I'm sorry for the tease today, guys. I really want to talk more about these in tomorrow's video. I'm just on a time crunch right now, and let me just say right now, guys, I have a lot more to say about this character right here. We have a lot more to talk about. Okay, so that's it for the spoilers. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the market watch. Where are we? Here we go. First up, we're going to check out just the market in general to see how things are going, specifically for OP10, which has come out, that's the most recent main set that's come out for us in the West. All of these prices are dropping and dropping and dropping. You love to see it. This is a really good thing. Sanji's down to under $7 now, it looks like. Very good stuff there. Under $3 for Tashigi. And then every single other card is under $2. The Tony Chopper 2K counter, the Smoker, the Eustace Kid, the Kairos, the Monet, until you get into the secrets. We'll talk about those in a second. But every other card is good to go. It's fair game for OP10. Make sure you snag those as soon as you can if you don't have your copies. Another card, I would 100% get these as soon as you can, guys. It is only $4 for this secret rare right here, and we already know a black-yellow Dressrosa leader is coming out in OP12. The Koala we looked at already, guys, that Koala is a black and yellow Dressrosa leader that's going to be able to use Core to Coliseum, and it might be able to get a lot of value from this card. This is a Dressrosa searchable, Supernova searchable, and Straw Hat Crew searchable character with a 1K counter. It's a 6 cost 7K, and whenever it attacks in, number one, actually, let me back up for a second there. Once per turn, this character cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. So you get to cheat 1 KO for the turn, and then after that, whenever you're attacking, you may place 3 cards from your trash at the bottom of your deck in any order, and if your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes a card from their hand. If you do not have these yet, I recommend you get them. There's no reason, guys. Let me go through my spiel real quick here. when it comes to One Piece, if you're a newer player or if you're new to the market in this game, you're trying to know what to buy, what's a good buy, what's a bad buy. If there is a secret rare under $10, it is like an immediate snap decision, buy it. If it's under $20, you need to seriously consider it, depending on how powerful it is and for what you're trying to play. Okay, so that's for the secret rarity cards, the gold borders, like this right here that we just saw. These cards over here with the gold borders, those are called secret rarity. Now with the silver border, that's SR, that's super rare, super rares. Now for the super rares, those I would recommend, if they are under $5, you just buy them without any questions asked. You just buy it if it's something you need, because that is a great price point. It shouldn't go too much higher than, or excuse me, it shouldn't go too much lower than that in the future, depending on how things go, but you never know when it could go higher than that. That's kind of the logic there. And then for super rares, if they're strong enough, like for the case of this Sanji right here, and if it's like versatile enough and played enough, then you might want to consider $10 and under, just picking it up immediately. Good stuff there. Okay, so that I have to get that. I always have to mention that in every video, guys. It is of utmost importance that the newer players know that. I know the old school players, the more veteran players already know, but for the newer players, you need to know what's a good buy and what maybe to hold out for. Okay, speaking of which, we will now, before we move over to the rest of the stuff here, I have something from every color. I do at least want to show you guys on One Piece what to stay far, far away from. Okay, check this out right now, guys. Let me go to card type and go to, well, not card type, the rarity. Let's go to super rares. You need to be careful whenever you're buying cards pre-sale prices. Look at how absurd these pre-sale prices are in the $50 range. I personally, hey, do what you want, right? Do what you want to. It's your money. It's your wallet. I would stay far, far away from pre-sale prices in this game currently. Again, hey, if you're a millionaire, $50 is like, that's pennies to you, right? But hear me out. For everybody else, I would not buy these just yet. I would wait to see what happens after the pre-sale prices go away. Okay? All right, now, after that, now, let's move on to the colors now. First, we're going to go over to red. Silver's Rayleigh is maintaining at $30. I don't foresee this card going down, period, unless a reprint happens. So if you need your Silver's Rayleigh, you need to go ahead and probably buy it now. Okay, let me just say that right now. And one more thing I have to mention, I almost forgot about this, guys. Please don't forget to use my TCG Player affiliate link. That will be in the comment section and the general description of the video, okay? So, I expect this card to sit around $30 for the foreseeable future. It could go up, could go down, but I expect it to stay somewhere in, like, let me just say this, the $25 to $35 range, like that $10 window, I can see this card just staying there. Maybe a little bit lower, maybe like the $23 to $33 range. So you could maybe take a gamble and see if it's going to go down in price or see if they're going to announce any reprints soon, and it might go down from there. But until then, yeah, this card has been at $30 for quite some time, guys. So if we go out 6 months, which is kind of how long this card's been in the game now, a little less than 6, or a little over 6 months, I think. The lowest it ever really was $20. It kind of dipped down to the $20 range. Then it jumped up to $35, $40, and it has maintained at $30 for quite some time now. For about, I would say for about 3 months now, it's kind of been sitting at the $30 mark. So I think this price is stable. I would snag this now if you need your copies. Again, unless you can wait and see if any reprints happen for PRB02, but that's still months away. Okay, so that's Silver's Rayleigh. Now we're gonna go down to the bottom here. Make sure to snag your the dragons as well if you don't already have this. Let me say right now, we did not get to dive too deep into the spoilers today, but that Kuma. Okay, everybody, hear me out right now. That Kuma that we looked at earlier that gains life, that is a Revo Army card. If you plan on playing Red Yellow Sabo or Red Yellow Bello Betty in the future, I would make sure, without any hesitation, make sure you have these Monkey D Dragons. They're at $10 right now, which might seem a little bit steep for the SRs. It's not a secret rare, it's an SR, but I think it's going to be worth it because think about that curve, guys. Think about the curve I just said. On your 4 Dawn turn, you play out Karasu or whatever 4-cost card you want to play out from Revo Army. On your 6 Dawn turn, you play out the new Kuma, and then on your 8 Dawn turn, you slam down Dragon. It's just meant to be. Please make sure you have these if you plan on playing Red, Yellow, Revo Army in the future. Whether it be Bello Betty, whether it be a future leader we don't know about, or whether it be, what's his name, Red, Yellow Sabo, okay? Or even Red, Black Sabo, guys. There is something to consider there. Make sure you have these if you don't already, okay? All right, a few more cards from red we're going to look at. Ben Beckman is still under $5. Snatch these up as soon as you can, guys. The Ben Beckmans are worth getting right now. This Bad Manners kit course, if I had to guess, they're probably... Actually, this is from OP04, guys. This is from Block 1. I do not foresee them reprinting this card in PRB02. They might. I have no idea. They may not. Because I think they are going to be reprinting the Sabo, the 5-cost Sabo, and I think that was also OP04. Actually, that might have been OP05. We'll have to look in a minute. But whatever the case is, I wouldn't take my chances. $5 for a very high-quality utility, zero-cost 3K right here, Bad Manners Kit Course. This is Straw Hat searchable. It has a relevant trigger. Good stuff all around. Make sure you have these if you don't already. Make sure you get these if you don't already have them. Same thing with Shanks here. It's just a great 10-cost rush card for red. Goldie Roger, secret rare, under $10. Green light. Buy up a full play set. Okay. Speaking of which, when it comes to some of these cards, like let me go back to that Bad Manners Kit Course. This is the kind of card you can make what I call you can buy what I call a pseudo play set for. So in other words, I don't think you need 4 of this card, typically speaking. I mean, you can get 4 and it wouldn't be a bad thing, but I think you can get away with running like maybe 2 or 3 of these. So maybe just buy a few for now if you can't buy a full play set. I would make sure to get these though if you don't already have them. Same thing with this card, guys. Please just trust me. This is a trust me bro on this one, guys. This is a 7-cost, 8,000 power SR from a starter deck that is Block 3 legal. If you do not have this right now, what are you waiting on? We have seen what they do with SRs in this game, or excuse me, well, yeah, SRs, but SRs from starter decks, they get out of hand very quickly a lot of times. Make sure you have these if you don't already have them. Okay, what else? That's about it for down here. Same thing with Portgosti Ace. You never know if they're going to reprint something that really makes him pop off. The Ben Beckmans, get those for sure right away. We talked about Rayleigh, and then everything else down here I think is just fine. Okay, we will talk about Chopper real quickly because Chopper has been kind of... It's been up there. I'm really hoping that this card will go down in price very soon. This is a SR from EB01. EB01 was a nightmare. That's why the EB02 pre-sale prices are so outrageous. These pre-sale prices for EB02, all of the SRs are starting off at the $50 range because no one knows what's going to happen because of what happened in EB01. There was a short print of that in the West, and it was a nightmare. These cards became super, super expensive. Be sure to keep your eye on this. I'm really hoping they reprint it soon. But until they do that, I can't really tell you what to do. Everything else for the decks that usually would run. Let me say this too. If you're planning on running Silver's Rayleigh and OP12, you might want to really, really consider looking out for this card. Okay? Really keep your eye on the price of this card and see if you can get it at a decent price, or maybe wait till the PRB reprints come out. Okay, everything else from this deck is pretty cheap. Nami's actually insanely expensive right now. That's kind of weird for a searcher, but this is all the way back in OP01. Nami's been used all over the place. Really good stuff here. Kid and Killer's around the $5 price range. Another EB01 card, just rare. Be sure to pick these up if you haven't already. And I think that's about it. These Zoros are good to have. They're just a quality 3-cost rush card, but these are up to about $6, it looks like. Keep your eye on that. I think there are cheaper versions of Nami and Zoro that you can find, though. We'll have to look around on the market sometime. But whatever the case is, I would just snatch these up as soon as you can. Okay. That's it for red. Now, let's move over to green. Zoro has also been maintaining around the $25 to $30 mark. This one's been pretty crazy, actually. It kind of jumps around all over the place, but I could see it sitting around the $25 mark for some time. $25 to $30 mark, like I said. I don't think that is unreasonable right now, considering how it's been sitting in the market. And we do know there's a new leader coming out in OP12. Literally, it's a green Zoro leader, and I would imagine people are going to want to play this card in there. So keep your eye on the price here. It might get reprinted in PRB02. We have no idea. I hope it does. But other than that, keep your eye on this card. Now, for the rest of green, these are really good cards to look at. This is purple for Usohachi. Be sure to snag these when you can. If you plan on playing Purple Straw Hat Crew, leaders in the future, or just running anything Purple Straw Hat Crew in the future, Usohachi's a great pickup, but we're not on purple yet. For green, Eustace Captain Kidd around the $5 mark, Hody Jones around the $3 mark, and Rosa Nante around the $4 mark. Everything's a green light. Everything's a go. Snatch these up if you don't already have them. Okay, definitely pick those up. What else? This Rosinante, this is a secret rare Rosinante from all the way back in OP04, as you can see right here. It's under $10. I would get these if you plan on playing anything green in the future. Number one, it's just a really cheap secret rare, and number two, it could be pretty decent, you know, in the future here. It could be, I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It is a block 1 secret rare, so we'll have to see. I know there's some hesitation for people buying depending on what block cards are in, but you never know when something's going to get reprinted. And when it comes to, you know, future formats in the game, there could be game modes in the future that are more limited, like where, or not as limited, really is what I should say, where they're like more expanded formats, where a card like this might have some value in a super extended format, like almost like how Commander is in Magic the Gathering, or like Legacy or Modern or whatever. So I would keep your eye out on this. If you know, keep your eye on this. If you don't already have a few of these, I would at least buy a few of these right up front. Okay, what else for green? We do have to talk about, let me see if Cavendish pops up down here. This is a good card to look at, Doflamingo. I just want to see something. We'll talk about Kuzan in a minute. Jewelry Bonnie, this is a great price to get this at, under $2. Really high utility, solid 5-cost green card. This Doflamingo here, super cheap. I'd snatch these up if you plan on playing green in the future. Carrot, super cheap right now. Snatch those up. What else? Everything else down here is pretty affordable, guys. Like this Shanks, this is a great price to get the Shanks at. This is a starter deck 16 card, guys. This is an SR in starter deck 16. You never know how the price is going to inflate on these cards, depending on what leaders we see in the future. I would not take my chances. A starter deck super rare under $5. Snatch it up. Grab it. Okay, next we do have to check out Cavendish before we move on any further. This card's always pretty expensive because it's another EB01 SR that has a lot of functionality in any kind of green deck that's running Supernova as the leader. Really good stuff here. This card has been around $30 and has jumped up to $40 before. If you can get this card in the $30 to $40 price range, it's unfortunate, but that's where it's at, right? That it is where it is. You know, that this card, it is what it is. This card is where it is. Okay, but we have to kind of just put up with this for now. Hopefully it gets reprinted in the future to drive the price down. I'd really like to see the price go down on this. This 2K counter Scratch Man of Pooh, it's a rare from EB01. That $2 price range for a rare that's actually not too bad. This killer here, uncommon from OP01, great blocker in green, and I think that's about it. Okay, oh, and this Searcher Bonnie, look at this. Just like Searcher Nami was super expensive, make sure to get this Bonnie as well if you don't have it already. And I will say this, I don't want to look through all the cards right now, but there was another version of Bonnie that came out. It might have been a little bit cheaper, but again, I'm not going to look all that up just at the moment. Just be sure to keep your eye on that. Next up, we have blue. Sanji is still sitting around $27. This is a $25 to $30 card now. If you can find it for $25 to $30, that's kind of where it's sitting at currently. This card has picked up a lot of steam. It's always been a pretty decent card, but this card has picked up a lot of steam since Blue Purple Luffy popped off in the East. Keep your eye on this card. Hopefully it gets reprinted. I know I sound like a broken record. Let me go through some of these other cards down here to see if there's anything else blue we need to look at. Blue actually doesn't have a lot for us to go over. We will at least look up Red Rock. That is a decent blue card. Yep, and it's around $2. Not too bad. $5 for this one. Let me go to this. This is like the original one. $2 for this card. Not bad for some of the best removal in the entire game. Let's see if this links us to other stuff. Gravity Blade Raging Tiger. Really nice pickup for blue cards. Charlotte Pudding, great pickup for blue cards, very high utility card. If you're getting into the game and you plan on playing blue, make sure you snag your Charlotte Puddings while they're super cheap. And then Jozu. Jozu's another really excellent 6-cost, 7K, 1K counter card, super high utility. This is a staple in many, many blue decks, okay? Another card to look out for is the 7-cost Doflamingo. Let me look that up real quick. There is a 7-cost Doflamingo to keep an eye out on, or to keep an eye on. This one right here. This came out all the way back in Starter Deck 03. It's about $5. It's starting to pick up some steam in the competitive scene because it's such a great card. Such a great card for blue. But that's about it. Let me see. This Edward Weevil. If you're planning on playing Doflamingo, there's like a whole set. We're gonna an entire set of cards we'll look at the end of this video. Boa Hancock under $1. This Kaido under $1. I'd snatch those up if you plan on playing blue in the future. Okay. All right, that's it for blue. Not a whole lot to talk about for blue. Let's move over to purple. Boncaray Mr. 2 is still $50 a card, guys. That's this EB01 set with the highest rarity in the game, secret rare. There was only one. And yeah, this card outrageously priced right now. They have to reprint this. Guys, if they do not reprint this card in PRB02, I'm going to have my concerns for the future health of the game because of stuff like this, right? This is outrageous. I don't want to see this card, excuse me, I don't want to see this game get that expensive. That's just me. The investors do. The investors want to see this game skyrocket in price, right? Excuse me. But me personally, I do not want to see any card. I don't want to see a card get over $20. Okay, that's just how I am. But yeah, it is what it is. What else? For purple, there's a lot of cards we do have to talk about. Every single card you see on this line right here, I would probably snatch these up. The 2K counter blocker Sanji, the 9-cost 9-lin here, $3, $4 for this card, that's fine. This 9-cost Rush Secret Luffy, I think you only need about 2 of these for a full playset, like realistically. I mean, you could buy up to 4, right? 4 is a playset in this game, but what I call a pseudo playset, I think getting 2 of these Rush Luffys is going to treat you pretty well for a long time, and it's only about $10 a card right now for a secret rare. Not bad. Okay, then Sanji over here, the 7-cost Sanji, well under $1, like it's under $2, guys. Pick those up if you don't already have your play set of those. Okay, let's keep going. So Gum Gum Giant as well. This card is super cheap. People think this card might get banned. Who cares? It's a $1 card, right? This is a $1 card, and we don't know if it will be banned or not. So if you get these for $1 now, it'll be $4 for a playset of what a lot of people are considering the strongest card in the entire game right now. That's not banned. So really good stuff here. Snatch those up. Trafalgar Law is a great searcher for the Straw Hat and Heart Pirate stuff. Eustace Captain Kidd, $2 for one of the best utility blockers in purple. Grab that. Usohachi we talked about earlier, another great pickup. Even though it's expensive, this is what I was talking about, guys. Let me see something real quick. Make sure to get these as well. The Luffy Taro, great price, $2 for an ST SR. We take that every time. This is an ST, not SR. This is just an, I think there are only 2 of these that come per box. I could be wrong. Someone correct me in the comment section if I'm off on that. But I think only 2 of these come in a starter deck. So it's kind of like a pseudo SR as far as that goes. But here's the thing, $10 for this card. It is that high quality in purple, guys. It's that good. It is a 3-cost card with a 2K counter, Straw Hat searchable, and on play, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards on the field, you can rest down to 5 or less. That's going to help you push through for lethal and do all kinds of crazy stuff later in the game, and it's a searchable 2K counter in purple Straw Hats, and that's really good. Okay? Really good stuff here. Let me see if there's anything else to look at. This Zoro, definitely pick this up, and the Luffy Taro if you plan on playing purple Straw Hats in the foreseeable future. What else? I think that's it. This Onami is a good pickup as well if you don't already have those. Okay, that's it for purple. I'm sure I'm probably missing something from purple, but that's it for purple for now. That's it from purple for now. Now let's move over to black. Go ahead and grab these right now if you plan on playing Black Revo Army when Koala comes out. And I think that's going to be a very fun deck to play. So if you like Black and Revo Army and Black Yellow with Koala, this card is going to be great for that deck. It's kind of like they built that leader around this secret rare. So I would for sure snatch these up as soon as you can if you have not got your playset already. And I would get at least 2 of these, but I'd probably realistically 3 or 4 would be the safe bet there. Okay, notice how this card jumped in price. I tell everybody, if there's a secret rare under $5, you just get it to add to your collection immediately. After that, look at this, guys. Zoop, jumped right up to $12, and now it's sitting. It's probably going to sit around $9 to $10 for who knows how long. Okay. What else for black here? All of these cards down here for black, I would make sure to pick these up if you're just new and getting into the game. These are super high quality SRs that are under $1 each. I would take these as soon as you can, or pick these up as soon as you can. Oh, this was the other card from purple. I knew we were missing something from purple. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Kuzan, we'll talk. Actually, let's just knock this out real quick, guys. This card, be sure to get this if you don't have yours. I would get 2 to 3 of these right away. $3 for a secret rarity purple Luffy card that is extremely powerful. This goes really well in the purple-black Luffy deck. Okay, purple-black Luffy is going to be getting a starter deck soon, and who knows, guys, this card might get a lot better when that starter deck comes out, okay? So just keep that in mind, please, guys. Please keep that in mind. If you don't have your playset for this and you want to play purple-black Straw Hats in the future, I would really consider snatching these up as soon as you can. Okay, now, I knew I'd missed a card in purple. I knew I missed a card. Now, I'm sure I missed another one too. Y'all bear with me. So for the black cards real quick, Kuzan, this card's up to $10. I would snatch this up as well. This is starting to do very, very well. This Kuzan right here, guys, this is starting to do very well in the East in Lucci because the format is kind of slowing down. Control decks are starting to pop up. Well, this is one of the best cards you can get for control. You drop down a 10 cost 10K. That's a massive body on the board. It comes into play. It KOs a 5 or less right away. And then on your turn, all of your opponent's characters are -5 cost. So really powerful stuff. Let me be more specific for some of the players who don't know how this card works. It KOs a 0 power character. However, when it comes into play, that your turn effect happens, and then your on play happens. Okay, that was kind of clumsy. It's not exactly like that, but just hear me out. For the sake of this example, when this card comes into play, your turn effect is just happening constantly, and then it KOs a 0 cost character. That's with the -5 from the effect. Okay. So really good stuff there. What else for black here? Kuzan and Borsalino, just grab these immediately, guys. Oh, here's a blue card I forgot about as well. Look how cheap this Secret Kaido is. Under $1 for a secret rare. Just get your full play set for $4 and be done with it, just in case this ever pops off in the future. But Borsalino, Kuzan, great reprints. These cards got reprinted in PRB01. Be sure to snatch these up if you don't have these and you plan on playing Navy. Okay? Or anything in black, to be honest. This Shirahoshi, really good stuff here, about just under $3 for this. I'd get this. Look at this old Secret Shanks, guys. This is another one. Just snatch this up. Grab it, guys. Get it. Get it over with. We're not on yellow yet. Shigan Finger Pistol is pretty pricey right now at the $12 price range. It's an EB01 rare event that's used in pretty much every single black Marshall D. Teach deck. That's why it's so expensive, but it is the most expensive card in that deck right now by far. So it's probably worth running if you're trying to main Blackbeard. So please keep that in mind. Other than that, this Teach is super cheap. All the other cards in Blackbeard, with the exception of maybe the 5-cost Kuzan, are extremely cheap, guys. Make sure to pick these up as soon as you can. Okay, if you're trying to get into Blackbeard, trying to play Blackbeard or whatever in the future. Okay, next up, we do have to talk about Brook while we're still on the black cards. We do have to talk about Brook. 15, it says 15, that's not correct. This card has jumped up to $35 because guess what, guys? This card is being played as a 4-of right now in the new Lucci variant. The new deck that's running black, that's running this, is like a Lucci variant. Very high in control, and you're trying to play out 4 of these. I mean, you're trying to get... you're trying to get to this card every single game, and the more you get, the better. Because once you start slamming down those 10-cost Kuzans that we saw, you're popping anything in the game after that, right? Because you swing in with your leader, that's -1. You play this out, that's -1. That's KOing a 7 just by attacking with your leader, playing out this Brook, and having the 10-cost Kuzan down. Okay, so really good stuff here. Here's the 10-cost Sabo. So like I said earlier, guys, I'm glad I just now thought of this. I'm glad we came across this card again. This is an OP04 card that I believe they have, how do I say it? They have not guaranteed. I can't think of the word, guys. They have confirmed. There's the word we're looking for. They have confirmed that this card will be reprinted in PRB02, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so someone correct me in the comment section below if I'm off on that, but I'm pretty sure they've confirmed 2 cards for PRB02. One is the 4-cost Trafalgar Law, the blue 4-cost Trafalgar Law from SC, what is it, 15, 16, from 17, and then this Sabo, I believe, is the other one they confirmed. And this is from OP04. This is from Block 1. So who knows? Maybe that helps with reprints. We'll have to see what happens. So who knows? Like we were saying earlier on, they might reprint the other OP04 card we were talking about earlier. I can't remember what it was now. I think it was Bad Manners Kit Course. Is that what it was? Who knows? They could reprint that. We'll have to see what happens. But be sure to pick up. You could probably wait on this card if you're not in any rush to play black. You probably can wait for the reprints of this card in PRB02 if the rumors about that are true. Okay? But otherwise, $10 for this card. It's a very, very high quality SR. Rebecca has jumped up in price as well. This is up to $6. I'd keep an eye on this because I think this is just a great card in any pretty much any black deck. Okay, this Rebecca has jumped up in price since they spoiled the new Dressrosa, black yellow koala leader. Be sure to pick these up if you don't already have those. And Luffy as well, excuse me, the 7-cost Luffy. Be sure to keep your eye on this if you don't already have your copies. I would snatch these up right now because it's an SR under $5 and it's a high quality one. And you probably only need 2 of this one. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so that's it for the black cards. Let's go over to yellow now. This is the final color here. We'll finish up with this. Ace is in the $20 range. That is a very solid price here. It looks like $25 is the average, so that's a pretty good price at $20 for these two. Not too bad, to be honest, because I was going to say I would pick this card up from $20 to $30. It's just that kind of secret rare. Again, until we know more about the reprints, the best secret rares in this game right now are going from $20 to $30. I would even say they're going from $20 to $35. And that's not counting the EB01 Bon Carré. That card's out of control for other reasons. But your standard set secret rares, the best ones out there, they're going for roughly $20 to $35. That's just how it is, okay? So getting this card for $20, that's a steal. That's a steal right now. Shirahoshi's in the $20 range. Nami's in the $5 range. You're the one who should disappear. About $3. This is a really solid 0-cost card to get. Frankie's a little bit cheaper. That's a good card to pick up now. Every card you see here is worth getting if you're trying to play yellow, and they are all good cards. I'd pick up all of them as 4-ups. Same thing with the last, except Kingdom Come. This card has been banned recently, so I would not get this card. Now, we did miss something, didn't we, guys? I'm sorry. I did skip the, I skipped a secret rare from yellow. Let me see if I click on Use to Skid if it brings up the 7-cost law. Let me see. Okay, nice. This was a card I think I forgot to mention in the when we were going over the OP10 stuff. This secret law right here, Trafalgar Law, is at a very nice price point. And guys, I've already kind of featured this card on the channel. Understand, this card is just like the Luffy that we looked at, the black 6-cost 7,000 power 1K counter secret Luffy. These come out in the same set, right? I think these are coming out. They're both coming out. They both were introduced in OP10. They're both Dressrosa and Supernova searchable. Okay, understand that, guys. They're both searchable in that way. Let me just bring it up over here for now. Let me look up. Let me go to One Piece. Let me go shop all best match. Here we go. Yeah, this was another OP10 card. It is a Dressrosa Supernova Straw Hat, and then this Trafalgar Law is a Dressrosa Supernova Heart Pirates. If you do not have this card, I'm trying to warn you guys for the future here. Remember what we looked at earlier? There are 2 leaders you need to really, really consider out of the stuff we're looking at right here as far as some of the prices we looked at today. This Rosinante and this, what's her name? The Koala here. 7-cost Trafalgar Law is going to fit right in at home in this purple-yellow Rosinante deck. So if you are waiting for that card to go down in price, I would be very careful with that. Don't get burned on that, guys. Don't get burned, okay? I would snatch this up as soon as you can. Black-yellow Koala. I personally am going to be building a Dressrosa Supernova hybrid version of the deck that runs core to Coliseum, and I'm going to be able to give the card we were just looking at. Let me bring it up real quick. This card right here is Dressrosa, and that is a black-yellow Dressrosa leader, so I can play down the stage earlier on, and when I go to play out this Trafalgar Law, I'm going to be able to gain a life with something like a Cavendish or a 8-cost Eustace Kid or whatever, or that the 6-cost Luffy we looked at, and then I get to attack in for 9 right away, right into their board. So please keep your eye on this card. What else from Yellow? Yellow's got a lot of other stuff as well to keep an eye on. Oh, Smoker's Cheap, already talked about that. Let me go back to Monkey D. Luffy here. This is a great price to get this searcher at, but I want to see if this links to anything else I'm not thinking of. There's definitely some other cards, like, let me bring up 8-cost Katakuri. I was hoping it would just kind of link me to them. Let's just go through it like this. So this 8-cost Katakuri here, under $5 a card, I would snatch these up as soon as you possibly can. It's actually around the $6 to $7 mark, it looks like, maybe even the $8 mark. Be sure to pick those up. We talked about Nami. A little bit at least. Yamato, good pickup here. All this is good down here, guys. All of these are good prices. Charlotte Linlin, here we go. So this is what I was hoping we'd find. So we have Charlotte Linlin here, under $10. It is from Block 1, so I understand people's concerns on whether or not it's going to stick around. But let me just say this, for the time being, if you're trying to play yellow Big Mom Pirates or purple-yellow Big Mom Pirates with Charlotte Pudding, which I do think is going to be pretty decent coming up here when OP11 comes out, I think purple-yellow Pudding becomes very, very solid going into OP11. We get a lot of good purple Big Mom Pirate support, and we're ramping to 10 very quickly with that deck. This is a good pickup if you want to play that. $10 for a very powerful card. This 7-cost Linlin, this comes real quick, guys. This Kikinojo, very well priced. I'd snatch these up when you can. And hang on, let me see something real quick. Okay, and the Parasparrow, of course, if you're going Big Mom Pirates. But then we have this 7-cost Linlin. This is where I expect for the starter deck, what was it, ST15, red, 7-cost, 8,000 power Newgate to land. I expect Newgate to probably sit around the $10 mark in the future. So if you can get it now for $5, yep, do it. Thumbs up. Lots of thumbs up today, guys. I would snatch it. These prices look good right now, guys. I don't see anything that I'm just really concerned about outside of maybe the Bon Carré, of course. Cavendish is up there too. There's a few cards, but that's about it. Okay, that's it for all the colors, guys. Now we got one more thing to go over. This is mainly geared towards the newer players, but it also is probably fun to look at for some of the more veteran players as well, just to see how much the game is starting to cost right now for the top tier, the top end decks, and for new players trying to get into it, what it's going to cost. Okay, first up we have Red Shanks. Check this out, guys. We're going to check out this first place list. This one's probably going to be a little bit expensive, just under $300, $285, just under $300, like I said, and over one third of that price is from the 4 Silvers Rayleigh. The card is that good. Okay, guys, the card is that good. That's what I was saying. If you can buy this card for the $25 to $35 price range, I would probably snatch these up. Another card that's expensive right now, looks like it's about $5 a card, Gum Gum Fire Fist Pistol Red Hawk. This came out all the way back in OP01. This card's going for about $4 to $5 a card right now. Be sure to keep your eye on this. I don't think this card is necessary in Shanks, but it depends on how you're trying to play it and stuff like that. But it's still a very good card. Another card, too. Let me see if they're running Marco. They are. Here's another card I wanted to look at that I forgot about. This is an $8 card right now. This is a 5-cost, 6,000 power, 1K counter SR Marco. Very solid card, and it goes well with all of these events over here. There's 7 events in here, and this card goes perfectly with those. It helps. He can trash those to prevent KO. Beckman, everything else is pretty straightforward. This Monkey D Dragon, and yeah, like I said, everything else is pretty straightforward. This Sanji's still pretty expensive as well as an SR. But yeah, guys, this is kind of your very, very top end right now. A lot of people are really enjoying red Shanks. Big shout out to Duvel So for this first place Shanks list. Next up, we have Blackbeard. Now, you know, this is on the other end of the price spectrum in the One Piece trading card game. This is regional from Sao Paulo, from Tomo Yo-Yo, however you say this name here. First place list right here. Check out this guy, or check this out, guys. Only $60 for this list, and look at this, $44 of it. Let's just call it $45 of that is Finger Pistol. It's one card. It's 4 of one card. Just outrageous. If you take this card out of the deck and put in something, I mean, you could put in a few other options here. They're not quite as good, but like, let's just say, I'd even go up a 4th Black Hole, and then for the remaining 3 cards, I would put in another My Era Begins and then 2 more Liberations. That's how I would deal with it personally, just to deal with the price. If you're a newer player, you can get around not playing Finger Pistol, but just know this is a very powerful card. This card is very, very strong. Okay? What else? So that was Tomo Yo-Yo. So big shout out to them for the first place list with Blackbeard. Now for Doflamingo. Let's just stay with the first place list, guys. Here's one from Sammy Wang. This is a first place blue Doflamingo list for well under $100 here. The most expensive card is the Trafalgar Law, the Buggy, and the Perona. This Perona's gone up a little bit in price. Keep an eye on this. Same with this Buggy. This is from the starter deck number 17. And then Gum Gum Red Rock and Gravity Blade. These are actually pretty well priced, never mind. So the Trafalgar Law, the Buggy, and the Perona, that's really the majority of this deck's cost. So if you already have these, or if you know someone who has these, you can just, I don't know if you can like bum them off them if you're just trying to put a deck together and play at a locals. By all means, see if you can, because these aren't super rare cards. They're just kind of older now. This is an uncommon from back in OP01. Now, Buggy is a starter deck 2K counter that's played as a 3 to 4 of typically, and that's what makes this card so expensive. Quote unquote, it's only $5 a card, but it's just considered a common. And then of course Trafalgar Law is an SR from the same starter deck. Okay. All right, good stuff there from Doflamingo. Big shout out again to Sammy Wang. Next up, we have Purple Luffy. Now, this is another deck that's pretty pricey, guys. Here's a first place list here from Gerardo Lopez from the Peoria Regional. I can't even talk right now. Okay. Now, this is even more expensive than Shanks. This is around $365 because of one card. Remember the card we were looking at, guys? This deck runs 4 of them. So yes, you see that correctly. $215 for this 4 card. Okay? But here's the good news. You don't have to run this card. Yes, it is the best in slot for what it's trying to do. Admittedly, it is. But there is a card that you can run over it, guys, that is just completely fine. Let me look up Basil Hawkins right now in the card section. And this, let me hit search. It is this card right here. It is a purple card. It's a purple 4-cost, 2,000 power, 1K counter on play. Add a Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it, so it's not active. And then, but this one has a trigger to play the card out, so you could potentially get this as a trigger where it would actually be more beneficial to you than something like a Bon Carré might be. Okay, but otherwise, in every other way, this card is the same as Bon Carré. It's only weaker from the when attacking effect. So I would run this card. There's no extra searchability from this card versus the Bon Carré. So this is what I would recommend to the newer players out there who are trying to play a really awesome deck like this on a much better budget. So remember, if we take off $215, guys, this deck ends up being $150. That is still expensive, but it's pretty cheap compared to other card games. Okay. Good stuff there. So that's so again, big shout out to Gerardo Lopez for that first place list. Next up, we have Lucci. Lucci is on the rise, guys. It is on the rise. Let's see the highest placing list we can find from 10.1. It looks like 7th place here by Billy McManus from the Peoria, the Illinois, Peoria, Illinois regional here. This is a 7th place list. This one's sitting around $300 as well, and that's mainly because of one card here from the Brook. If you take all 4 of these out, the deck drops down to like $200, which is still pretty expensive, to be honest, but at the same time, that's just kind of how the black decks have been in this game. It is running 3 Finger Pistol as well, so if you can find a replacement for Tempest Kit, or for Finger Pistol, which I would recommend something like, I don't know, maybe even Truno Bastardo. Let me show you what that looks like. It's a decent, it's not the same, but it is a decent replacement. Okay, let me search this up. So Truno Bastardo here, this is a 4 cost that KOs a 4 or less. It's not as good. The trigger's way worse because you have to rest your leader to pull the effect off, but it is at least a 4 cost card to replace it for now. It's still a very solid card, and it'll save you a lot of money. And for the Brook here, there's really not a good replacement for this card, guys, outside of this 3 cost Kobe, and it's just not as good. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. This is like the best replacement you have for that card. Pause, read it if you don't know what it does. Not saying it's as good. I'm just saying it's like the best replacement we have currently, and that will save you, over $100. Okay, Laboon is also in this deck, but this is probably to help out with the Blackbeard matchup. This is a very situational, optional card. You don't have to run this, but it's still a good card. Let me say that right now. It's still a very good card. Okay? All right, so that's about it for that. So what happened here? There we go. So that's for Lucci. Now, Blue-Black Usopp, this is an excellent deck to get into the game with if you're a newer player. This is from the Perth Regional, 3rd place from Thomas Lee Poideven. Hopefully I said that right. Sorry if I butchered it. Look at this price point, guys. $35 for this deck list. Incredible price point to get into the game with. Be sure to check this out if you're trying to get into the game. You like the control decks, the mid-range and controls, like the mid-range to control style decks. This is going to be right up your alley. Perfect for that kind of play style. Blue-Black Usopp for under $40. Okay, next up, another very affordable deck here. We have Green-Purple Limb. Now, watch this. You're going to think I'm crazy for saying what I just said. But be patient. Watch this. So Benjamin Garrod, 1st place list from London. Watch this. It looks like, oh, this is $200. What do you mean that's affordable? You can drop $150 off of this price tag just by not running this promo 2K counter. You absolutely do not need this 2K counter at all. There are other options. You can run any other 2K counter, guys. Literally any other 2K counter can be run in this spot right here. Let me see. He's running the... I would get this card. I would get this one for the deck. Excuse me. This Uso Hachi I would try to get my hands on as well. And then in the place of this 2K counter, because that's all that's left for the 2K counters, there is a 5 cost ace. Let me show you guys. Let me just type in Portgoss for Portgoss the ace. We'll go to cards. Excuse me, guys. My throat's going crazy right now. This is a 5 cost 2K counter ace right here. It is Odyssey searchable. Just use this in the place of that ADO. It's just worth running to save the $150 on. Okay, just hear me out, guys. Trust me, bro. It's a trust me, bro type of situation. And then this deck is under $50. And then if you replace these Uso Hachis that can rest down a 4 or less, you can replace these with an Ezo. Watch this, guys. You can replace those Uso Hachis with this 3 cost card here. This is like a 20-cent card. Okay, so that would, if you replace the Uso Hachis with that Ezo and replace the ADOs with the Ace that I showed, this ends up being like a $40 deck list, guys. Really hard to beat that, and this got 1st place. This is a deck that got 1st place in London. Okay, it keeps going out of the dark mode, whatever. Okay, Zoro, we're gonna skip some of these guys. I just want to show a few more, especially for the newer players. Another great deck to get into the game with is this deck right here. This one's by Nicholas Koh. Nicholas Koh, I think is how you say that, K-O-H. Sorry if I butchered that, my apologies. 5th place list here at Perth. Check this out, raise you under $40. Okay, again, absolutely incredible. This deck rewards very skilled play. I often explain this deck as being very good for new players to get into the game with, but I have to kind of preface it like this. If you come from other TCGs and you're very familiar with how trading card games function, kind of like the flow and the style of games, this is a great deck for you to get into the game with because it will teach you all the mechanics you need to know. It's extremely affordable and it does reward skilled play. If you're a brand new player to TCGs, this is a tough deck to pick up for them. To pick up. Okay, I think that's about all we're going to go over into today's video. We're not going to go over every single one of these. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, we're going to skip out on the rest of this. Maybe we'll check out Red Blue Marco because I am a little bit biased. Here we go. This is from 10.1. This first place list is from back in 8.5, but this is a 20th place list from Raphael Nevin, 10.01. Let's check it out. Just under $200 because it's running 4 of the Tony Chopper, and that's really about it. This is the one card that's super expensive. Otherwise, it'd be under $100. Not too bad. And this is more of like a animal version, it looks like. Yeah, so this is like an Emporio Ivankov plus Tony Chopper version of the deck where you're just ramping out these characters, and then it also has a lot of removal that's built in as well because it goes perfectly with the leader effect. That's a very fun deck there. Okay, let me make sure I went over something from every color. So red, we have Shanks. Black, we have Blackbeard. Blue, Doflamingo. Purple, Luffy. What else are we missing out? Yellow. We need to talk about at least one yellow deck and one green deck. We did go over green, purple, Lim, but I'll at least go over green, Jory Bonnie. Here's a third place list from Sao Paulo. Let's check this one out. I know this one's, yeah, this one's going to be pretty expensive because of the Cavendish. This is one of those cards, and the Zorro. 2 of these Zorros, those are about 25 to 30 bucks a piece right now. These Cavendish are about 25 to 30 bucks a piece as well. So that is a big part of the price of this deck. But otherwise, it's still under $300, which is a pretty reasonable price point for a very high quality deck. You know, for Jory Bonnie for green. But again, if you're trying to get in on a budget, I would recommend green, purple, Lim because it floods the board, it mixes green and purple together, and it has ramp, it has board flood, and it's a much cheaper price point to get into the game with. And I think some people would argue, some people would not like the argument. It might be a little bit frustrating to some people. Green, purple, Lim might be slightly better than Bonnie right now for green leaders. It is what it is. I'm not saying they are literally, but I think some people would have that opinion. Okay, then last but not least, let's look at yellow. Eustace Kid is pretty expensive right now. Here's a 4th place list from Mr. Mexicant. Let's go ahead and check out this list here. Just under $200. The big price point here is the Port Gossi Ace and the Trafalgar Laws. That's pretty much half the price of the deck. But I will say, this is a solid deck to pick up if you enjoy playing yellow, and it's more of a mid-range deck that has life gain. So if you like the more, it's a little bit more of a defensive life gain style deck. You know, it's almost like, it kind of, yellow in this game kind of reminds me of like the Paladin color in this, you know, or the Paladin style of play in One Piece, because you're gaining life and things like that and building up these big bodies. If that's more your play style, the mid-range to control field with life gain, this will be perfect for you. And that's it, guys. That's all I got for you today. Let me make sure. I think that's about it. Yeah, we went over EB02. We talked about that. We went through the whole market watch. We went over the spoilers very briefly, I know. And then we went over the entire price of decks over at Limitless. Okay, let me get the outro on here. Appreciate everybody for hanging out and listening to me ramble about prices in card games. You know, why are these prices so expensive and stuff like that. Hope y'all enjoyed. But yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please don't forget to use my TCG Player affiliate link if you're going to be buying anything soon. All you do is click on the link in the comment section or in my general description. You click on that link, it takes you to the front page, and you just do everything like normal. It's very straightforward. It doesn't charge you extra. I just get 3 or 3.5% of the sales. It helps me out big time, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. All right, I'm done. Hope y'all enjoyed. Big shout out to everybody who likes, subscribes, shares, comments, views, uses my affiliate link, my TCG Player affiliate link, donations on Patreon and PayPal, the Playmat supporters, YouTube members, Discord community. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to everybody who helps me out and supports the channel. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.